Welcome back, Salty Village. This your boy Salty back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. If you guys would like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be much appreciated if you guys are watching the video. Today is a big day for Raid Shadow Legends. They have just released a patch that involves a battle pass. So they are starting to implement the battle pass just like other games like Call of Duty or Fortnite, or I think Apex has one too. So that way it's like a progression type thing. I don't know how people feel about it, but I actually like it because it gives you something to actually look to do every week and day. We'll start out with just going just straight into it. So like they have 3 tabs. They'll also walk you through it if you haven't played it yet. They'll walk you through it. So you have 3 tabs: the rewards, the daily challenges, and the weeklies. The rewards is where you see the whole battle pass, and just like any battle pass, there's a free where you can just go through it for free and you'll get certain rewards, and then there's the one where if you pay for it, you will have to that's the bottom one where it's locked, and then you can get both the rewards at the top and the bottom at the same time. So it costs $24 or $25, and you start at the beginning, and then you can just grind your way throughout the 7-week process, or however long it is. Then there's the gold pass, where like every battle pass does this, where like you could buy tiers. I don't think they have it to where you could actually buy tiers, but they have it to where like you could like just literally jump to level 25. So that means everything on the free and the paid version, you'll get all of that stuff. That's why it's showing you'll get all the stuff instant for just $40, which ain't really that bad. But I don't know if I want to do that when I could just do it for literally just cheaper, save money, and just grind it out. It really don't bother me like that. As you can see, you'll see what you get. A lot of refills, just common stuff that actually along the way can actually help you out. I'll just scroll through it. Look at that. They got they're giving you a lot of divine sets, so like that's actually pretty dope. Top, attack, like 5-star chicken right there. Divine, a new champion at the top. Some gifts. Get a cool little avatar. 2 rares. You get the speed gift. I think that's a speed gift. Then you get speed gear. Look, is that 6-star? That's crazy. A 6-star gear they're giving you just for free. Look at that. Legendary 6-star gear. That's crazy. Legendary divine 6-star gear. More 5-star chickens. Legendary skill tomes. Boy. Legendary 6-star new champion. Legendary 6-star. Legendary 6-star. This is speed stuff too. Oh my goodness. Plus you get gems along the way. That and this champion, I'll go over him in a second. Then there's the daily challenges. Right now, I think I started it before they did the update, so it's only counted 2 of my top ones. So, but each day you'll have 4 things here just in there. If you're free or if you paid for it, you can do it. It don't matter. They'll give you, I don't know if everyone gets the same daily challenges, but these are the challenges that they gave me. Then the weekly, only the people who pay for the pass can do the weekly ones, and right now it is, I think everyone has the same ones, so those are it. So like just sparring pit stuff, arena, heal yourself, sell artifacts, stuff like that. Common stuff that is really easy. Like honestly, if you look at it, if you pay for it or even you go for it for free, and even if you go for it for free, I don't know if it works like this, but a lot of games when they do the battle pass, if you do it for free, you can make it to like 70, or let's say you make it to 100, and then you decide you want to buy it, they'll just give you all the bottom stuff. Literally, they'll just give you all the bottom stuff because you made it that far. It's gonna take you a heck of a lot longer, because look, that gives you 12 points each time you finish one, and that's easy. And these only give you 5, so you might not even get up as far as what you think you're gonna get up. So the battle pass is 8 weeks too. So we will go back to the beginning. We'll go to news real quick. The major update. We've been working hard on this release for a while, and we're happy to finally be able to deliver our latest patch. I mean, like, just a simple note like that could have been, like, appreciated instead of being like, we're almost there, and that was 6 months back. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot in this update, so keep reading if you guys want some details. So of course, I went over like the new battle pass system. We got 5 new champions. I'm gonna go over them. New debuffs. The poison sensitivity is a debuff that increases damage taken from poison debuffs. Can increase the damage taken by either 25% or 50%. Interesting. Decrease crit rate. That's like arena type stuff. Decrease crit damage is a crit damage that affect champion can decrease. Okay. I don't really got to read it because I already know that's just straight arena type stuff. New buffs. Strengthen is a buff that decreases the damage taken by the recipient. Can decrease the damage taken by either 15 or 25%. Interesting. Increases accuracy if a buff is a buff that increases the accuracy of the recipient. Can increase accuracy by 25 to 50%. Increases crit damage. It's a buff that increases the critical damage dealt by the recipient. Can increase the critical damage by either 15 or 30%. Then they got the Dwarf Crypt. So that's dope. They finally added the crypt for the dwarves. Added visualization for certain passive skills. We added visual effects for the following champions' passive skills. And then list off what they are. Okay, so I guess them champions didn't have passive skills that like had animations. Increase multi-battle attempts. So like if you was free, it went from 15 to 30, and if I think you paid for like that raid card, it went from like 35 to 70. So it just doubled. Which if you use BlueStacks or your computer, you can just auto-click all day regardless. Multi-battles in dungeons. On top of that, for a month you'll be able to run multi-battles in dungeons. This is a time-limited event, so don't waste time. That's pretty dope, because I always thought, like, why can't I do that same thing that's in campaign in the dungeons? If I can just sit, so I ain't got to keep clicking over and over again if I'm using it on my phone or stuff. The people on the computer, look, having a game minutes, because the game has been lagging, so if you guys haven't got on it and is about to do all this, then you should be happy. Alright, so added warning when sacrificing champions that have artifacts and accessories. That's pretty dope. Artifact and accessory upgrade enchants, animation speeds can now be increased by 50%. I mean, that's cool. Until you realize that you just went from 10 million silver to 6 in like 4 seconds. Because you just increased the speed of failing. Added new effects to clan boss gathering fury skill. Starting from the 50th turn, all attacks will ignore any block damage and the killer buffs for each target. Players can now only receive rewards for beating the clan boss once per day on each difficulty, even if they switch clans. Champion rebalances. So if you guys would like to read that, there it is. There's Foley. There's whoever that is. There's the Lucky Charms man. Because all these champions I do not have because they're legendary champions, so I really don't care. And the last bit of information, will the champions that were just released. Now, if you guys were Game of Thrones enthusiasts, you guys know that these champions look just like them Ice Walkers. That's crazy. And they even put them in the undead area because they look just like the Game of Thrones. That's dope. So we'll go over this one first. This one's just this is a clan boss monster. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance, or an 80% chance, 100% chance is booked out, of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns if the target is under a poison sensitivity buff. So you also, well, you got to get the poison sensitivity buff, but I don't think that's really too crazy of an ask. Attacks one enemy, fills the turn meter of all allies by 2% for each debuff on the target. On the clan boss, there's so many debuffs on them, or any type of boss, there's so many debuffs on them that's pretty dope. Then attacks one enemy, has a 10% chance of placing 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. The chance increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. So like I said, you get so many dang whatchamacallit, so I feel like if you build a lot of accuracy on her, you have a pretty good champion, and then increases ally accuracy in all battles by 35. So that's pretty dope. Her, kind of the same reason. Attacks one enemy has a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 1 turn. Kind of reminds me of who is it? I think Yaga has that same kind of ability where like it's a 50% chance to get a 5% poison. Attacks one enemy has a 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff instead if the target is under a poison debuff. So this champion actually just it kind of utilizes it itself. So like if it's under poison, then it has a better chance of doing. So it has a 100% chance of doing it if the poison is there. And then Ice Vein's passive, so attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit places a 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Places a 5% poison debuff instead if the target is under a poison sensitivity buff. So I guess you got to figure out a way to use them together if you want to actually use her, because that passive ain't gonna work unless like she's around, because she has that poison sensitivity stuff. So then we move into, I think it's the Skinwalkers. And they are like these bears. Yeah, these guys. It's so dope to see Zero because no one's got them yet. So, Ice Crusher. They both have the same first name, your side, but his name is Ice Crusher. We will go straight. He's a defense-based and based off. Oh yes, that's what I like to see. Attacks one enemy has a 10% chance of placing a block cooldown skill. Okay. I just can't remember. I think those are better than like where you get them potions. One of those champions has like the Void champion or the Spirit champion can heal themselves. So, and the block school or like the block cooldown skills. Or the Ice Golem. That'd be good. That'd be a good one to use. Attacks all enemies. I wonder what type of skill it's gonna use because it looked like he got claws. That's dope. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased crit rate debuff for 2 turns. Huh. This sounds like a nice arena skill. So it just sounds more arena type to me. HP in all battles. Okay. It decreases the damage all allies receive from critical hits by 15%. Fills this champion's turn meter by 5% whenever an enemy lands a normal, strong, or weak hit. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting right there. So yeah. He could be an arena champion to me. Or he's good in his own what's them things called faction wars too. And then we have Ironside. If you guys watch the Vikings, I'm telling you, Bjorn Ironside, they're taking stuff from like famous shows and just making them characters. Alright. So this is a defense-based champion off defense. Attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of increasing the cooldown of one of the target skills by 1 turn at random. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 5%, decreasing the turn meter by 10%. Instead, if the target is under a decreased attack buff. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff. Then his passive. Each hit has a 15% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by basically 7.5%. Each hit also has 50% chance of putting one of the target skills on cooldown if the target is under decreased crit rate. They're really making it for like they're really making it hard to try to play with these dudes by themselves. They really are. They're making it to where you gotta like use them together, especially with their passives. See what they're trying to do, but some people like to utilize them by themselves. I don't care if they have the same name. I don't want to use them together. That just takes out 2 slots. And if they're not like crazy strong, then I can't really do nothing with that's just a worthless skill. So then we have Stag Knight. Where's he at? I think he is right here. Oh, he looked dope. Support character with only 3 skills. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Automatically, I'm thinking Firelight. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a decreased speed. I guess. I'm thinking Firelight, and attacks all enemies has a 75% chance, 100% chance when booked up of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 15% or a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Dog, I'm thinking Firelight and I'm thinking Arena. Like every one of these, I'm thinking of like certain bosses, and I'm thinking Arena. Like for every one of these champions, and then places a 50% increase accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. Okay, they're decent. I'm just not seeing the crazy usage for like Salty over here. And then we have the Light, and it's this dude. This dude looks crazy, and look at that. People already pulled this man. Ain't that wild? That's how you know people just spend money and want certain stuff. So let's read his. I don't really care for it because I'm not going to get this character anytime soon. And if I did, I can already tell I don't even have enough books to help this man. So, attacks 1 enemy. Has a 30% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. Places a perfect veil buff on an ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn if the freeze debuff is placed. Accuracy off the bat. And he's a defense champion. Oh my Jesus. Alright, so that's crazy. That's just an arena monster right there by itself. Attacks all enemies. Has a 100% chance of placing a 30% decreased critical damage debuff for 2 turns. Places a 30% increase critical damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay. Places a 25% strengthen buff and a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Oh my goodness. I told you, he just sounds like an arena champion. Increases all ally defense in arena by 30%. And it helps out him because he's a defense-based champion. And basically every champion that they have, except for the rares, are basically defense-based champions. Oh my goodness. So he sounds very arena-y to me, but he can be used anywhere, I'm guessing. His max HP ain't too crazy. His defense is, pretty decent. That's interesting. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about these champions. There's a lot of new skills that I've just never used yet or even seen, so I would have to try it out. I know there's one champion I actually would like to try because it glows with Clan Boss, and I am trying to replace KO with a 5% poison person. But if I can't even land certain stuff because I gotta, where's it at? Because I gotta land. Look, if the target has attacks on one enemy 2 times, each hit has a 100% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns if the target is under a poison sensitivity buff. So it's got to be under this, and this one sucks. Attacks one enemy has a 10%, and it goes up to 25% chance of placing a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. The chance increases by 10% for each debuff on target. So it goes up to 25%. And in order for me to get certain stuff up, I need poison. And if this ain't giving it to me, then I don't know what to tell you. This ain't really what I'm thinking of as a champion. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. As you guys can see, that's what we got. Pretty big updates, making the game lag. They're probably about to do a maintenance service here shortly. So If you guys enjoyed what I just went over, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe and hit that bell if you guys haven't already. And check out some of my other videos that I have. I'm going through a new series called Salty Grind. It's basically what we're all doing, just grinding and having fun with the game. And just go ahead and stop by. And I will catch you guys next time on my next Raid Shadow Legends video or any video. Peace. Check out the videos.